Alright. What it is, Daniacs? We are back here with Alex O'Connor and Ben Shapiro discussing morality. I am a non Abrahamic true monotheist. I was raised as pagan, Wiccan. I claimed spiritual for a long time. A few years ago, I realized spiritual isn't specific enough, and non Abrahamic true monotheist is a lot more specific for me. I do not come to my perception of the one true creator through the broken theology of Abraham. What makes the theology of Abraham broken is that they incessantly attempt to interject division into that which is united, the creation, and they do this with constructs such as sin, evil, Satan, constantly interjecting division. And I can use the Bible to prove that the God that the followers of Abraham worship is not the one true creator. For instance, the one true creator created all things. All people are his people, not just one nation of people. For another instance, the one true creator, okay, would not be issuing any commandments whatsoever, least alone commandments that he himself openly violates, because the actual one true creator is the source of intellect and wisdom, and knowing that his perfect creations will look at his actions and judge them just as he judges, knowing that um uh, 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 he would not break his own commandments, not because of an inability to break his own commandments, but because knowing that his creations are observing him. Okay, so them saying that, okay, this is our God, this is his commandments, and oh, look at him break. Apologize for the technical issues. That's just what I gotta roll with. um so yeah. So the one true creator has the power to enact his will without breaking his commandments, which is something that a point I haven't heard anyone else bring up, which is more proofs that Yahweh, Jesus, and Allah are desert war gods of hypocrisy, not the actual one true creator. So let's jump on into this right here. Alex, for a long time, was my favorite, effectively intellectual atheist, but Durante Lamar has taken his place in my mind. Um, Within the last few months or so, go check out Durante Lamar. But let's get into this shit right here.
Well, who's the moral relativist now? It seems that a moment ago you say that the great.
A great place to start off at, because I can prove to followers of Abraham that they are moral relativists, that they do not believe in their morality absolutely. And you get to this really quick when you start to bring up where Yahweh, and by extension Jesus, since, and let's touch that real quick. Um, the God of the Jews is in no way Jesus. The God of the Christians is in every way Jesus. The Christians created a divergent version of the Jewish Yahweh that they what do you call it these days? They appropriated the culture, and then they gaslight the world by saying, one, that they worship the God of the Jews. No, they don't. The God of the Jews is in no way Jesus. And two, that no one can create God in the image that they want, when clearly this is what the Christians just did, is they just took Yahweh and created Yahweh that they wanted. Then they want to turn around and say no one can do that, what we just did right there. You got me fucked up. Nah, nigga.
Success of religion is providing a sort of untouchable moral basis that sort of transcends human affairs and human debates. And now when I say, well, look at this, open your own religious scripture and look at this blatant immorality, you say, yeah, but, well, that was considered to be fine at the time. It's considered to be bad now by the progress of Judeo-Christian
there's a question.
balance. Who's the moral relativist?
Well, it's not relativistic to say that a thing that is wrong today is considered wrong today because of a tradition that developed over time.
The question I'm asking is not, was it considered right or wrong at the time?
It's all relative, Ben. It's all fucking relative, bro.
It was wrong.
Was it wrong?
It was wrong then to hold a slave. Yes, it was wrong then to hold a slave, obviously. And also, if
subjectively and relatively to your perception and consciousness.
Your God and you are pragmatically attempting to woo people away from slavery. Was it a practicable thing?
See that right there, this whole woo thing. There is no need to woo. Going by, okay, if this is the God that y'all worship, right? If he is the actual one true creator, he doesn't need to woo shit. He says and you do. He says jump and you say how fucking high. There's no wooing necessary here. Okay. It, go along with y'all's logic. See, followers of Abraham do not keep consistent logic. They cherry pick logic when and where it fits their narratives. Which I don't hold that against you guys. That is something I admire about you guys. Is I want to start the mental gymnastics Olympics, and then I want to have a woo off where you come in, bring your woo on to have your woo off. Kind of like wax on, wax off. We got woo on, woo off, and I'm not sure about the judging, about who wins, or about the goals, but there will be rituals, and there will be a winner. God damn it!
To simply quote unquote abolish slavery, or
Here's an idea, for example.
tradition?
In the book of Exodus, God says, I think in chapter 21, maybe 22, says that if you have a Hebrew slave, you are to let them go after 7 years. If it comes to you with a wife, then after the 7 years, you let them go too. If you give the Hebrew slave a wife, and they have children, then after those 7 years, you give the man a choice. He can go after the 7 years, as per, but you keep his children and his wife. Or, and here the scripture says, if he says, I love my wife, I love my kids, and my master, as if that's...
See, the very purpose of Abrahamic theology is to justify slavery. It is to make you the slave and the supposed God that they worship the master. Okay, that is the entire point of Abrahamic theology. The entire thing is set up to give those. I need to take another hit.
Be one of the principal considerations. Then he can stay with you. At which point you take him outside, you pierce his ear like cattle, and he becomes your property for life. Now, here's a suggestion, for example. If it was already established that Hebrew slaves go after 7 years, and it's already established that if they come with a wife, they can go after 7 years, then if I give them a wife and they have children, would it not be... It doesn't seem to me particularly revolutionary. It doesn't seem to me the kind of thing that would have caused such social discohesion that God just couldn't have found a way to do it. To say, well, why not let the whole family go free after those 7 years? With the knowledge beforehand that if you give this...
God is all powerful and can do anything, yet he needs to woo. Come the fuck on, people. Come the fuck on. But yet he needs to woo. It kind of sounds to me like he needs the free will of man. Kind of sounds to me like... See, and that's another thing is followers of Abraham like to, free will. Free will, it's bad, you know. It's like... God... Fucking cocksucker, here we fucking go. As if it ain't bad enough with me being a fucktard. We gotta have my fucking camera being a fucktard the whole goddamn time too. Okay. So God created free will, right? God created knowledge. God created all things, right? There is no combination of perfect creations that you can combine that will transform into imperfection. So you can't say, oh, here's man, here's knowledge, here's free will, bada boom, bada bang, now there's sin and evil. It's like, what, nigga? And it's your fault, too. No, it's not God's fault, it's your fault. Okay, nigga. You got me fucked up.
This Hebrew slave of yours, a wife and children, they'll get to leave with them. That seems to me, for example, a minor improvement that would not cause this kind of revolutionary earth-shifting. He couldn't have just gotten away with slavery. Maybe that's true. But something as obvious as this to me, it seems that if that is the case, that could have easily been done, then the failure to do so and the keeping of that Hebrew wife and their children as the master's property that itself becomes an immorality.
And that part of it is chattel slavery. There's a big Christians like to act like it's not cattle slavery or chattel slavery, however they want to say it. No, it wasn't that kind of slavery. It was a good, more moral kind of slavery. It's like, motherfucker, I will take the hardships of being a free man over the most well-treated slave. Thank you.
That is dictated.
If
from
I
the
agree with your
heavens.
premises, I agree with your conclusion. I think that the question is.
Yo, Alex, how's that